Japanese modernized aircraft worth billions of dollars shocked the United States and China. The next-generation fighter jet, which was initially abandoned by U.S. military officials, has finally been implemented in Japan and is ready to show everyone its amazing abilities. Can it beat its competitors in the world of jet aircraft? Why was it rejected by the United States, and what does Japan have to do with it? We're about to find out. And for now, please like this video and subscribe to our channel. It's thanks to you that YouTube algorithms offer our videos to new viewers, and we're growing in number. And here we go. The Northrop YF-23 is a fighter jet with an incredibly interesting history. Its first prototype was developed as part of the Advanced Tactical Fighter program. The project was started in the late 1980s to develop a high-tech multi-role fighter that would replace the outdated F-15 and F-16 fighters.
The requirements on the F-23 were far in excess of anything we'd designed to in the past.
The best aviation companies showed their developments. The Northrop company didn't stand aside, demonstrating its YF-23. This is a truly atypical aircraft that has a unique wing shape, the so-called floating wing, which helps reduce noticeability. The stealth technology was one of the main concepts of the YF-23 development. The engineers managed to create a shape of the aircraft in which the radar beams are reflected in the opposite direction, so the fighter cannot be detected.
The motivation was to make an aircraft that would allow the pilot to perform his mission.
In addition, the YF-23 has a high speed of up to 1,930 miles per hour, excellent maneuverability, and a cutting-edge onboard system with elements of artificial intelligence. It would seem that this is the perfect fighter jet, but fate had other plans. That's because Lockheed Martin has created its own model of the well-known F22 Raptor. Both aircraft met all the performance requirements. The YF-23 was more stealthy and fast, and the F-22 was more maneuverable. Despite its technical superiority, the YF-23 lost the competition, and in 1991, the F-22 Raptor was selected as the new main U.S. fighter. However, someone still managed to revive the aircraft and give it capabilities that the United States could only dream of. Fast forward to Japan, at a time when the United States has banned the sale of the F-22 Raptor to protect its advanced technology, including its stealth capabilities. As a result, Japan was unable to purchase the F-22 and thought about producing its own fighter jet. At the same time, the FX program was initiated with an estimated value of more than $45 billion. Thinking about it? For the same price, you can buy 675 tons of gold.
We had to do something to get the cost of these airplanes back down to a reasonable level.
In October 2020, Mitsubishi was awarded the right to develop a new fighter jet. Instead of doing everything from scratch, the developers decided to buy out a forgotten project from another country. This project was the YF-23, and it was used to create the latest Japanese fighter jet. The Mitsubishi F3 is a sixth-generation fighter jet designed to gain air superiority.
It was really fast. It went much faster than the YF-22.
For this purpose, Japanese experts incorporated the most promising technologies, including the possibility of deploying a combat laser or electromagnetic weapons. This helped to make the aircraft the most dangerous opponent for any enemy. The fighter is equipped with two XF91 engines with incredible afterburner thrust of 16,500 kgf each, which is twice the thrust of the American F-35. The possibility of equipping the aircraft with engines with a variable thrust vector is also being considered, which will make the Mitsubishi F3 super maneuverable.
I own a better flying airplane, and I don't think that I ever will. This airplane was truly a joy to fly. My favorite.
However, the ability to generate 180 kilowatts of electricity to be used for combat laser or electromagnetic weapons is more interesting, as it will allow burning out of enemy electronics at a distance of up to 9 miles. The fighter also has 6 suspension points for traditional weapons, such as guided hypersonic missiles or nuclear missiles. In addition to innovations in weaponry, the Mitsubishi F3 has received heavy-duty onboard equipment. First, the aircraft is controlled by a technologically advanced interface that optimizes data flow to simplify piloting and combat missions. Secondly, the aircraft body acts not only as a radar antenna, but also generates electronic interference.
It will be very hard to see.
Last but not least, the Mitsubishi F3 has an ultra-fast system for processing and transmitting data from all surveillance and guidance systems, from powerful ground-based radars to advanced airborne gunners. Japan was not only able to bring the YF-23 back to life, but also turned it into a sixth-generation fighter. But why didn't the US think of turning the YF-23 into the same incredible fighter as Japan did? At this time, the best minds in America were working on another completely new and unique aircraft that could outperform any modern fighter. It's called SR-72.
Thing I've seen as far as aviation.
People say that it's absorbed the power of all its predecessors and the knowledge of half the people in the world, because not only engineers but also artificial intelligence worked on its development, and its weapons can literally destroy humanity. It's impossible to spot it on any radar in the world, and it can take on an entire army alone and remain unharmed. What's its secret? Probably its speed. According to the developers, the aircraft can reach speeds of over 4,350 miles per hour. The hypersonic aircraft has long been on the list of priorities of the U.S. Armed Forces. The SR-71 Blackbird was the fastest fighter ever built. The main advantage of this aircraft is its high speed and excellent maneuverability. Thanks to these characteristics, the SR-71 is able to reach altitude very quickly and evade enemy missiles, remaining literally invincible. No wonder its receiver, the SR-72, is following in its footsteps.
It was the first aircraft designed for sustained flight at 2,000 miles per hour.
The list of advantages also includes incredibly low visibility. The aircraft is designed using all possible means of protection against radar, and even the Japanese Mitsubishi cannot compare with it. The list of such technologies includes a unique shape, jamming systems, and radar destruction. For example, the SR-72 can use the AGM-88 HARM missiles that pick up radar waves and fly to their source at speeds of over 1,860 miles per hour. Just think about it. How's it possible to battle a fighter jet that cannot be aimed at? Its speed and invisibility make the SR-72 so dangerous. However, there's something else in the U.S. that can impress you. The Pentagon has recently unveiled a secret electric silent fighter jet. It was created by a rather mysterious company called DARPA, which deals with fantastic technologies.
The Joint Strike Fighter is going to be the backbone airplane for hauling freight. It is going to be the muscle part of sustained forces.
A few smaller developers have tried to create something similar, even Boeing, Rolls-Royce, and Tesla, but only DARPA has been able to make this breakthrough. The new unmanned aerial vehicle, designated X-65 after a long series of experimental aircraft, will abandon all traditional control surfaces that have had limited aerodynamics for generations. Instead, the X-65 will have active compressed airflow control rather than passive external moving controls, and will redefine aviation with moving nozzles to perform ultra-fast maneuvers, disrupting ancient principles of aviation and aerodynamics.
We're looking at everything from within flight systems areas, we're looking at battery technologies and using a lot less hydraulics in the cockpit.
The experimental aircraft can fly without traditional external flight control systems, i.e. without flaps and rudder, which are essential for modern airplanes. An electric motor is another innovation that DARPA has put into its fighter jet. A quieter and more economical electric motor will allow the aircraft to reach the enemy unnoticed and significantly increase the range. In essence, the X-65 will be the pioneer of a new era of fighters. It's not for nothing that it was named after a Star Wars spaceship.
What it might look like, it's to describe a vision more than anything else. It's to put something tangible in people's minds.
These scientists have found a new way to travel 10 times faster than light. It's all thanks to a new development called SR-75. The best U.S. companies, including SpaceX, Lockheed Martin, and Skunk Works, worked on the creation of this amazing spaceplane under the guidance of the Pentagon. Although the loud statement about the speed of 10 times faster than the speed of light was heard many times during the development, in reality, this is just an eloquent headline. And here's why. To achieve this speed, it's necessary to overcome the deformation of space. This is impossible without any new discovery in physics. This would require an amount of energy that would distort space to the point where millions of miles of space would be curved around the spacecraft. The well-known E=mc² formula imposes restrictions on such developments. Overcoming this barrier will require energy that exceeds current capabilities. Even if the developers of the new SR-75 manage to achieve the desired speed, it wouldn't help in exploring the galaxy beyond the nearest stars because it'll take at least a decade to travel 100 light-years, and a whole century to travel 1,000 light-years. While SR-75 is just poor concept with loud statements, it's better to look at real developments that are truly shocking right now. They can revolutionize the military industry. The same Lockheed Martin company worked on them, and its engineers are considered geniuses in their field for a reason. They've designed more than a dozen aircraft that are ahead of their time, such as the F-35 Lightning II in its latest modification. It's essentially a weaponized computer with a jet engine that can connect to other aircraft in the air as well as ground troops, processing thousands of pieces of information every second and destroying anything in its way.
It's the best flying aircraft I've had the opportunity to fly.
It's undoubtedly ahead of the times, but engineers have also created a much more powerful fusion engine, which will be able to bring it to a completely different level of power. Equipped with this engine, the F-35 could become incredibly fast and truly resemble the Lightning after which it's named. The aircraft is now equipped with special multi-mode aircraft engines that can accelerate the aircraft to 1,200 miles per hour. This is undoubtedly a good result, but with a fusion engine it can increase several times. The fact is that a conventional engine does not produce enough efficiency. The fusion engine can transfer almost 100% of the energy to the flight, and this will allow the aircraft to accelerate to at least 3,100 miles per hour. The second advantage of the fusion engine is the fuel, which in the current version of the aircraft runs out too quickly. Currently, the maximum flight range is 1,350 miles. In the case of a fusion engine, a fighter jet will be able to travel an unlimited distance because it doesn't need refueling. Just imagine an airplane capable of flying around the globe, around the clock, at speeds of over 3,100 miles per hour.
It will operate in tomorrow's high-end threat environment, and it will enable America to outmaneuver, to outpace, and to outmatch our adversaries. It will deter aggression.
These technologies are enough to make the F-35 the best fighter jet of our time. But the issue of stealth remains. The more detection technologies are developed, the more emphasis in aviation is placed on invisibility to radar. The F-35 has already perfected this option, all thanks to the rethinking of stealth systems. In addition to the standard reflective plating and low-profile appearance, the aircraft was equipped with a system that blocks most radar technology. However, the noise of the current engine is too loud to make the fighter completely invisible. However, there is a way out of this situation: the use of an ion engine. This is a type of electric motor based on the principle of creating jet propulsion with the help of ionized gas accelerated to high speeds in an electric field. Most importantly, it's practically silent, which provides new capabilities for the F-35.
Because of stealth, it's designed really to carry the weapons internally.
Such an engine is a jet engine in the same way as a familiar rocket engine, but instead of burning fuel, gas ionization is used. Otherwise, the principle is the same: reactive motion based on Newton's third law. The ion engine is not a fantasy or even some distant future. They've been in operation for a long time and have successfully been used since 1964. This is an excellent choice for use on the latest fighter jet because the main advantage of an ion engine is its operating time. It can operate for a very long time due to its low gas consumption. For example, the Next engine from NASA worked in space for a record time of 5.5 years using only 1,900 pounds of xenon. By the way, a conventional engine on the F-35 would require 10 tons of fuel.
The F-35 uses far too much gas. It's lucky if it can hang around for an hour or an hour and a half at most. The maneuverability is laughable.
Of course, 5 years is a long time for a pilot. A person cannot fly a fighter jet for that long. However, the new aircraft will be much easier to control as engineers from Skunk Works have already created a new onboard control system. It works in conjunction with artificial intelligence capable of self-learning, which will make the pilot more of an addition to the aviation complex, where he'll make only the most important decisions from a cozy control room on the ground, and numerous related tasks will be taken over by automation. We've figured out the management, but let's get back to speed. The current world record also belongs to the Ion engine. The Dawn spacecraft, launched by NASA to explore the Sirius Dwarf planet, accelerated to a speed of 7 miles per second. For a clearer understanding, that's 25,500 miles per hour.
When the first images came back, I was just absolutely astounded at how good everything performed.
Just imagine how fast the F-35 could be with such performance. However, the single problem with such an engine is that it can only operate in space where there's no air resistance. But what if we need high-speed, low fuel consumption and the ability to operate in the atmosphere? In this case, the best option would be to use the hydrogen engine, with the help of which the F-35 recently set a new record of 4,350 miles per hour. The experimental variant of the F-35 Lightning II with a new generation engine has managed to reach new heights. At the same time, its flight range has also increased to 2,800 miles. This is due to the fact that the same amount of fuel is consumed, but the speed is higher.
The mission of the airplane was to be half of what the Air Force called the high-low mix.
It seems to be the ideal option for installation on the latest fighter jet, and at this speed, the pilot can even be left in it, adding some cool features to help him in combat at high speeds. The targeting and display system is integrated directly into the helmet and allows the pilot to control the machine with head and eye movements. The F-35 helmet can be called unique in general. It allows the pilot to see literally through the cockpit. This ability is ensured by a large number of video sensors located outside the machine. The cockpit is equipped with a large format touchscreen display that provides information related to the flight and the functioning of the systems of the fighter. It also displays the location of enemy air defense systems and possible routes to bypass them. And of course, in order to keep up with the data transmission at the speed of 4,350 miles per hour produced by the new hydrogen engine, it's necessary to take care of a high-quality communication channel. The Link 16 data exchange system, which is called the Celestial Internet, played a role in this process. A set of precision radars with an active phased array antenna also stands out. They can effectively detect the enemy at a distance of more than 310 miles, and the system works equally well for both ground and air targets. The 6 infrared sensors allow to detect ballistic missile launches at a distance of 800 miles. They provide navigation both during the day and at night and warn the pilot of an attack automatically. In addition, the display will immediately show the location of the enemy, so it's possible to react quickly and strike back with lightning speed.
And it has a significant amount of weapons carrying payload capability.
As we can understand, the F-35 with the new hydrogen engine could become a real flying monster, and the SR-75 may be based on it in the near future. Scientists may be able to improve fusion or ionic engines by then, so that the new aircraft will become the best fighter of all time. But this is still just a plan. And this video has come to an end. Thank you for watching. You can support our channel by putting a like or comment under the video. This way you motivate us to continue our work and improve the content. Thank you very much, and see you soon.